Welcome everyone into the virtual Talladega Superspeedway. It's a Friday night, and that means it's the Dega Pros Stars and Stripes Shootout Series, the second ever race in this series. Last week won by Malik Ray, and another star-studded field here on a Friday night. And I'm excited to call this one here. I'm Michael Triscaro, host here tonight of PGR eSports, as John Ward hosts the Dega Pros Stars and Stripes Shootout tonight here at Talladega in the Craftsman Trucks for 40 laps of action. 40% fuel here tonight, one tire set, no fast repairs, fixed setups, and one green-white checkered if we need it. 1 week ago, we only saw one yellow flag, just one yellow flag in that race. Tonight, 85-degree ambient temp, little partly cloudy skies, 4-mile-an-hour wind. Track temp just under 100 at 94 degrees. As you see Kenny McCullough Jr. right now getting some qualifying laps in. Here's Justin Mellicar. Jarrett Talmadge in the race tonight. Some new names as well. John Forbes Jr. You got Matthew Baker. He's out there on track in the number 5 Coasting Thunder. John Forbes goes to the top of the board. And here's that race flyer tonight. Based on 40 entries, we'll get to the entry count here shortly. Looks like a big and healthy field here tonight at Talladega. $150 to tonight's winner. And we'll be going to the grid and going green here very shortly for the second race ever here in the Stars and Stripes series. Nathan Harper getting his qualifying lap in. He shoots up to P5 on the board. Cody Neagle is always one of the fastest qualifiers out here in the number 6 Chevrolet tonight, as Cody Neagles vaults himself up to 3rd on the board. But Jared Talmadge, John Forbes Jr., and some really high I rating guys right there. Guys we haven't seen really here, and they are at the top of the board tonight. Chase Mastretta in the number 8 Chevrolet posted good for 11th at the moment. As qualifying coming to an end here, we'll go down to pit lane and the grid here. And looking forward to seeing this race here tonight. 31 driver field. And we'll bring up the qualifying results here. And Jarrett Talmadge is your pole sitter outside front row. John Forbes Jr. Row number 2 tonight, it'll be Cody Neagles and Brian Hennings. Row number 3, Adam Kilday and Justin Mellicar, who will carry an onboard camera here tonight. Row number 4 will be Nathan Harper and Stephen Miles. Row number 5, Kenny McCullough Jr., John Ellis. In row number 6, it'll be Chase Mastretta and Cameron Craighead. Row number 7, Jarrett Haynes and Sean Corbett. In row number 8 will be Dylan Aston, Justin Johnson. Row number 9 will be Terry Wilson, Asher Little. In row number 10, and rounding out your top 20, that'll be Daniel Falkingham, last night's PGR Fall Brawl champion, and Freddie Bazinez, who will start in 20th. In row number 11, it'll be Joey Mazowicz. Matthew Baker will be right outside him at 22nd. Ethan Eckert will start 23rd here tonight. Landon Veliky, a good run last night as well. Top 5 for him. Will start in 24th. Dylan Jones starts in 25th. Mark Rogers, 26th. 27th will be Josh McCullough. Sean Parrish will start in 28th. Tucker McClendon starts 29th. Joey Allen, 30th. And rounding out your 31 truck field here tonight will be Corey Cheney. So that is your starting grid here tonight. A healthy field on a Friday night here for the Dega Pros Stars and Stripes Shootout Series, a new series that started 1 week ago. We'll bring up our ticker as we get set for 40 laps of action here at the high banks of Talladega Superspeedway. We are pacing and we are getting ready for the green flag here. Justin Melkar right there in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. He'll get set to go green starting from that 7th position here tonight as he looks to conquer this field and earn his stripe in this series. But he will have to contend with a lot of good drivers here tonight, and one of those drivers up here that will start third, that'll be Cody Niegels out of Rolla, Missouri, in the number 6 right there. And he's got an army here tonight, a great team out here on the racetrack. We'll see if the winner will come from that team. And they got strength in numbers tonight. We'll see if Cody Niegels can get back to victory lane. Kenny McCullough in the 03 Chevrolet, getting set to go green here. John Ellis, we talked about his bad luck last night, and it so happened to continue, unfortunately. We'll see if John Ellis can get and forget about all that bad luck and bring it home. The checkered flag is the green flag set to go out for the first time tonight. All these trucks 2x2 into the tri-oval here at Talladega and to the restart zone. Green flag in the air. We are racing on a Friday night. Lap 1 in the books tonight. John Forbes Jr. will lead it with Jarrett Talmadge side by side with him. We're already going 3 wide, a little bit farther back with 33 of Cameron Craighead. I'd like to point out here, Daniel Falkingham in the field here tonight. He was the 2025 PGR 500 champion. He also just won last night the Fall Brawl in 25. He was the PGR champion a year ago for the entire series, as well as the Fall Brawl champion in 2024. So Falkingham back out here a night after his big win, but he's up the racetrack a little bit farther back. A couple different drivers here up front. Let's see how these guys can contend. Obviously, they're going to be really good, but we'll see how they do. And it looks like Ellis is going to get into it with Melkar up into the wall. And an early caution here tonight. And remember last week, only 1 caution for the entire race. And Justin Melkar tonight, and we'll bring him up. He has some right side damage here, and go back to that replay momentarily. I believe John Ellis was right behind this Midnight Racing League Silverado. And this will give us a good viewpoint here as Ellis is getting shoved here. And Melkar comes up. He's clear. I just think that Ellis thought maybe he was going to run right into the back of him, tried to avoid him. But that did not work out for him. And you see damage there for Ellis as that bad luck continues. Watch this a little bit here from a little different vantage point. Ellis goes out Into that lane, Craighead comes to push. As Melkar sees that run coming, he's going to jump up here. And you see he's plenty clear to do so. And hell, I think this is going to be on Ellis. Yeah, he kind of dives down. He was not getting pushed. He ends up turning the 84 of Justin Melkar. And John Ellis probably going to be called for a penalty here on the first yellow flag of the night. A lot of drivers scrambling below the apron here to avoid this one. So a two-car accident here to start tonight's race. As we go back live here, as these trucks now come into pit lane with that 40% fuel. It'll be first in the box tonight for Jarrett Talmadge. Cody Neagles comes down in P2 as you see both of these drivers getting in their pit stall right now, getting that Sunoco Racing fuel. And a great pit stop there from Talmadge. He'll keep that lead. Adam Kilday, though, a mover here on that pit stop, gets up to the second position. And 5 laps in, a 40 here tonight. It's a quick one. Appreciate you guys joining us here on the Friday night. Devin Ray in the chat, as is James Waring. Good to see Heath Job as well. Lisa W. Appreciate all your support here on a Friday night. We'll be pacing here for the next lap and a half. We'll take a quick break here live on the PGR Esports Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Back here live at Talladega. It is going to be one to go here at the start-finish line. Pace car lights will go off here. And the first caution of the night, John Ellis Jr. And more bad luck continues for him. And we're going to slide him into the booth really quick. John Ellis, you got a copy?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, man. Well, you know, this bad luck streak keeps on rolling for you. Walk us through that incident on the backstretch with Melkar.
I just made a stupid decision. It looked like he was going way up towards the wall, so I was going to try to sneak under him, and then he came back down a little bit. I just didn't check up in time. It's 100% on me, though. Just bad decision that early on. You know, I've had some bad luck, a lot of bad luck lately, but that one's not really bad luck. That's just bad driving by me, so that's on me.
How's the truck here tonight? Looks like you're on pit lane. Will you be able to get back on the track and have any shot here tonight?
Oh, no, we got too much damage. We're done.
Done and parked, John Ellis. Well, unfortunate for you, man. Hey, I know was it kind of your fault here tonight, but hey, hopefully that luck here changes in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Hey, good luck tonight. Good luck to everyone.
John Ellis, you heard it from him, and he blames himself 100% as he should. And John Ellis, not too happy with himself tonight. No chance for him, unfortunately, to get back to victory lane as he is parked in the garage for the remainder of the race. We'll go green here this time by. We'll Hop in with race control really quick. John Ward, you got a copy.
All right, got you.
Well, John, easy one to call there. Looked like John Ellis, we just spoke with him, and he put all the blame on himself. And, you know, John Ellis, not a dirty driver by any means, and surprised he made that move there to come down and, you know, kind of offset turn Justin Mellicar there.
Yeah, it was strange because usually, like you say, he don't really race that bad. He's usually doing really good. So yeah, he just got in his corner there and got him a little loose. It wasn't a block, so I put it on John.
Well, you heard it there from race control. John, we'll let you get back to work. We got one turn. We'll stay green, just one off into pit lane. It's the 01 there. And some issues there on the restart, but one yellow flag last week, one here early tonight. We had one early last week. You'll see now if these drivers can get it together here as the 16 of Jarrett Talmadge leads with Adam Kilday here up in the front. And we stay 2 by 2. Cody Nichols now on the back bumper of Talmadge. Here comes Brian Hennings of E-Speed VRX here on the bottom. A little bit of a breakaway here. Everyone is still attached here to this draft. A little bit of a gap. You can see it right there. Coming back to Freddie Bazinez, Craighead, and Haynes. Here's that other group led by one of the GOATs, Kenny McCullough and Matthew Baker. As they are trying to reel in this lead pack, they'll do so. It looks like they're going to be able to get everyone here. Ellis, we heard off the track. Back up front we go. Talmadge still leads. Henning's going to clear down to the bottom here. He'll lead that lap. Cody Eagles now is going to work that middle lane. In the Craftsman Trucks last night. So these drivers got a taste of it last night. Going for $400. Went to Daniel Falkingham. Top 10 payday last night. Top 7 here tonight. Ethan Eckert, the number 12 Verizon Ford now here. He is in the top 5. Working with Cody Nichols here tonight. Those two side by side. Nathan Harper now coming up to the front as well, the number 30. And remember, 40% fuel just like a night ago. And most likely see some green flag stops at some point in this race. Possibly on this one. Nichols doing a great job of picking lanes right now. Riding on board here with Dylan Ash right behind Chase Mastretta. .191 miles an hour into turn number 3. Top 5 a night ago, Landon Bellicky right here working on the back bumper at Matthew Baker. You can see the tri-oval here. These guys just kind of hanging out in the back right now. 18th for Baker, 19th for Bellicky as they look to go around McCullough. Mark Rogers here tonight in the 183. I see him pick up steam here with that draft. Of the 03 and McCullough. Here comes Allen and Jones now making a big run. You could really see those miles per hour kick up, almost 193, 194 there. Getting all that toe of this main pack. And kind of like these races, 31 drivers, 40 laps, short and sweet. A perfect size field for a Friday night. Brian Hennings now out of California leads it here with Cody Nichols. And almost some action out back. We stay green. Chase Mistretta is going to pull out to the third lane. Baker goes, as does Veliky. So here comes the 8-5 and the 33 making a run here on lap 12. Forbes is going to head up the racetrack. He wants to get back up here to the front, 3 wide through the tri-oval. Forbes is going to clear to the middle. And a big power move right there. Eagles follows Forbes now. Here goes Mistretta to the middle lane. Matthew Baker on the top. That third lane's got numbers. And they are fast. Almost a big wreck there. Ooh, Cody Eagles bangs off the door. Matthew Baker. Farther back, we have a wreck to 24. Stephen Miles is involved. It's a bigger one. Freddie Bazinez. Dylan Jones involved, Josh McCullough, Landon Veliky, Adam Kilday, and yellow flag number 2 tonight. And that's where it's all going to start here at the top of your screen with Landon Veliky. So right here, actually, looks like Veliky's offset. Cody comes up. Cody's going to door into Matthew Baker. It's going to send Baker up a little bit. Falkingham's all over Veliky. He turns him just a little bit there. Stephen Miles tries to avoid it. Cuts the nose off Kilday and Ethan Eckert. Stack up behind. Stacks up Kilday. Stacks up Nathan Harper and Bazinez. You see the rear end damage to Veliky. Here comes Craighead. And it looks like Cameron Craighead is an escape artist right here. Here comes Terry Wilson. He's going to escape underneath the 33 of Veliky. And we'll go back here. Try to see what happens with Daniel Falkingham. Keep an eye on that 6. That 6 is going to come up to this middle lane and, like I said, get into the side of Baker. And there's where Veliky gets high there. Here comes Neagles. Baker goes to go middle. They meet in the middle. Veliky goes to follow Baker, and then Falkingham, he's just kind of watching this. So it looks to be like a racing incident here. Stephen Miles, like I said, slams into Falkingham. And it creates a lot of stack up here mid-pack. You see Kilday nearly up and over. Bazinez doing a great job getting on those brakes. 64 fans out and avoids the big one. That's Joey Mazowitz. And all the drivers now at the pit lane again. And Forbes is going to lead us off with Neagles, Baker, and Hennings. And Talmadge, that'll be your top 5. 26 laps to go. We're counting down the rest of the way. And take another quick break here live on the PGR eSports Network. We'll be right back with more action from Talladega. Back here live on the PGR Esports Network, the second caution flag of the night. And we will go back racing this time by one last week, two so far tonight. 25 laps to go with Cody Nichols up front here. With John Forbes, got Baker, Hennings, Mistretta, your top five. John Ellis, a big name, out of the race early here tonight. And remember, what a race it was last night in PGR. 3 races last night, 2 heats. Each heat had 1 yellow flag, and the feature had 1 yellow flag, which practically, I mean, it came down to the wire. It was nearly a wire-to-wire green flag run there at the end. And we'll see if these drivers can emulate that from last night. Here we go again. Green flag back into the air here as Forbes leads Nichols to the start-finish line. And you see a hefty line here on the bottom of the racetrack all the way through the field. A lot of double pitters here taking that extra fuel. Although that Justin Melikar was trying to make a comeback from being involved in the first yellow here tonight. Just like old times, the 6 and the 5 find their way to the front of the pack. Here comes the Coasting Thunder, number 5, Matthew Baker. He's picked up some speed right here in front of Mistretta. Craighead now is going to follow suit there on that middle lane. As Forbes looks to battle with the Super Speedway merchants, as we like to call them. Cody Nichols to the middle. That'll cool down the front grille of Forbes. Matthew Baker was for sure good to go here and push Cody Nichols. That's what he'll do. Well, we got some drivers hanging back, possibly saving a little bit of fuel. 23 laps to go. Have to stop at least one more time to make it to the end of tonight's race. Cody Nichols makes that move to the bottom here in the entry of turn number 3. We stay too wide, then single file mid-pack at the moment. Asher Little in the 01's overcome a few issues here tonight. And he's actually going to blink out right now. Hopefully Asher Little's connection's good enough, as he's right now cracked the top 10 here tonight, right in front of the 27 of Joey Allen. It's still Cody Nichols here up front. Brian Hennings now leads that bottom lane, as Forbes has now put himself in between Baker and Nichols. A little bit, actually 4 wide, a little bit farther back. Appreciate Devin Ray in the chat tonight, supporting PGR Esports. Appreciate Dev for everything he does. I'd like to hear from you guys in the chat. Who do you think's going to win tonight's race? You've seen it through now halfway, and you've seen the favorites here come to the front of the pack, Cody Nichols being one of them. But we want to hear from you in the chat tonight. Who's your pick to win? Jared Haynes on track tonight. And the number 7 right here, he's going to work that third lane down the backstretch. Davenport in the track. He's got his eye on Brian Henry's going to victory lane tonight. The number 74 for PGR and VRX. As he's now all over the back bumper of your race leader, Cody Neagles. Kevin Neagles in the chat. Believe Cody's father cheering for his son here tonight. John Ellis pulling for Baker. Kevin Ray sponsored Baker into tonight's race. He's cheering for the number 5 as the 5 goes to the middle lane. A lot of jockeying for position here. Baker's going to come up the racetrack. Nearly slammed at the door of Forbes. Man, we've seen a lot of congestion in the front of the pack with the lane changes. A close call there for Matthew Baker. See if we can get that long green flag run here. That'll warrant a green flag stop. 2 cautions so far tonight. Daniel Falkingham, some issues on tonight. He's going to appear back in your screen. Well off the pace. A lap down now for Daniel Falkingham, trying to get back to victory lane one night after a big win, but right now he's got some work to do as number 6 continues to lead. Here comes the 5 of Matthew Baker. And the 16 as well, Jarrett Talmadge, working, I believe, tonight with Forbes. They're going to try to make that top lane work. Problem is right now they are obviously definitely have enough talent to get the job done tonight, but do they have enough friends in this race? You know, a lot of these drivers, whether friends or foes, are used to racing with one another. These guys coming in here tonight, they're going to have to battle, because these are a lot of good drivers in this field tonight. As Hennings shakes off the 6 and Eagles, he goes to the lead here on the bottom. Here's the 13 now, Dylan Ast. He's in the top 5. Comers and goers all night long here in the Stars and Stripes Series. Driver is going to be the 2nd driver ever to earn their stripe in this series. We stay 3 wide in the tri-oval. Cameron Craighead leads that middle lane. Ethan Eckert now leads the 2 on the top. To the line we go, and Eagles still leads it by a trunkle. Sean Corbett trying to wheel that 45 here up into the top 10. Right now, 4 spots behind it. And action picking up now with 15 laps to go. These drivers get closer and closer to being able to make it under 1 more stop. So you're going to see some varying strategies here. We'll see who comes to pit lane first once we get in that window. And we could have a money stop here very soon. Last night in PGR, it came down to those green flag stops. And we saw a lot of mistakes being made throughout the field, which ultimately cost some drivers and some really talented drivers as well. Back here, I'll tell you what a crazy paint scheme right here. I believe Dylan Jones. No, not Dylan Jones. We're gonna have to find out who is driving this other car up here. I believe it's Corey Cheney. The Grinch, yeah, there it is. But it, from afar, from the side, it kind of looks almost invincible. So, cool paint scheme there. Ooh, we got pit lane trouble here. Caution coming out. Green flag stops. The money stop was upon us. I'll tell you, all these guys on pit lane, they're going to cycle to the front. Heavy damage to Kilday. Heavy damage to Mazowitz. But I'm assuming these drivers right here got on pit lane prior or just before the caution came out. And Ethan Eckert's going to come off pit lane, as is Josh McCullough, Stephen Miles, Talmadge, and Forbes. Estrada also coming off pit lane. And I believe all these drivers going to benefit, but we'll go back and find out here. A big one here coming to pit lane, and finally we're going to have our green flag stops, and they are erased there with that pit entry. And here I think we see the problem. So we're going to have to keep an eye on the number 13. As you see drivers start to dive off onto pit lane. There goes the 13. Hennings actually goes back up the racetrack once he sees not as many drivers going, and I believe it's Dylan Ast. Yeah, wow, he's gonna... I'm not sure what he was doing. Oh, no, Dylan Ast, he peels off to come to pit lane. Keep an eye on the 13. Eckert's underneath there, going to pit lane. Hennings thinks to go. He comes back up. At least he's clear. And I think Ast decides, hey, I want to come back on the racetrack. And I don't know if he hung a right there, but he comes right back onto the racing surface. Unfortunate circumstance for Mazowicz and Melikar, as well as Corbett. And what a ride for the 13 of Ast, but to no one's doing but himself. Through the infield goes Cheney. Here comes Rogers, and man, wow. A big one here, and we'll try to go in the cockpit with Dylan Ast to see exactly what he was thinking here and where that wheel input was. This is in real time with the man who caused this third yellow flag. Here he goes to pit lane right here, and oh yeah, you know what? I honestly think he was going in too hot. He didn't look like he turned the wheel right. And I think what happened was he probably starts to apply the brake pressure, and it just snaps that truck. Watch it again. Right here. I just think he was going in so hot, he had to stay on the racetrack. Man, that is just devastating for not only himself, but other drivers involved. Mazowicz had the big penalty last night to not advance to the feature race of the fall brawl, and now tonight gets taken out here by Dylan Ast coming to pit lane, and wow, what a big one here. Third caution flag of the night. We'll go back live here, and we'll pick it up here in the front with John Forbes, your leader, out of Rancho Santa Margarita, California. Got Jarrett Talmadge here in tonight's race. And these two, right where they started, 1 and 2 with 12 laps to go, 11 to go here at the line, and 10 to go when we take the green flag. We'll be in the last 10 laps of this race. Dylan Ast brings out the third caution of the night. And now the pace car lights are out, and we will get back to green here in just a lap. And while we have a second, we'll bring Joey Mazowicz here into the booth and see if he's got a copy here tonight.
Yeah. Hello.
Well, yes. Well, you know what, man? You can't catch a break here tonight. Unfortunate situation there for you as Dylan Ast comes, I think he was downshifting. He was coming in pretty hot. and snapped his truck loose up into the racing surface. And unfortunate for you, you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. And no big penalty last night didn't advance you to the feature race. So some bad luck here tonight. But how's that truck? Can you get back into this thing with 10 laps to go and we take the green flag?
Yeah, I was running the race like I thought I was going to put this Ancient World Gaming next level racing machine up front at the end when it mattered most, and the goal was to have enough fuel to run another 2 laps after that pit stop that brought out the caution. So I thought I'd be sitting made in the shade, have enough fuel to lead, and start getting aggressive when the pay window was open, and hoping it was gonna play out in a way that made sense. But here we are. Truck's almost fixed, and we're gonna do what we can with it.
Well, we'll let you go get back to green flag racing here. Hopefully you can make a big comeback here and get yourself into victory lane.
All right, thank you.
Joey Mazowitz there going to try to battle on back as the green flag set to go back out here at Talladega. 10 laps will remain in the Friday night Stars and Stripes Shootout Series. It's really going to be a shootout now. The two on the front, Forbes, Talmadge take the green flag. Eagles, Mistretta right behind. Here comes Matthew Baker, Kenny McCullough Jr. as well. The cream has risen to the top with 10 to go, and it's time to get paid here at Talladega. These two in the front now doing a really good job of controlling both lanes, holding off this ferocious field at the moment. Long way to go, though. It's going to be 9 to go here. And the drivers mid-pack on back, you're going to see them coming up here very shortly as well. You can't have too much time to waste. You're going to want to go and at least get yourself into contention here and not wait so long until the last couple of laps. Tucker McClendon now on a roll. He's got the draft now with Asher Little and everyone else behind as well. Daniel Falkingham now back into this one. You bring a big name like him back in, anything can happen. Mazowitz still right in front of him in the 21st position. So we'll see if some of these drivers farther on back can start making moves through this field. And man, there's some good drivers out here in tonight's race. This team hooked up on the bottom. Cody Neagles now. He's going to need a good shove here from McCullough. As we get the 8 to go sign here at the line. That bottom lane surging right now. And we got one spinning. It's Asher Little. He's going to wreck right here in front of the racetrack. One almost upside down. That's Little. Oh, wow. Corbett's upside down now as well. It is the big one here with 8 laps to go. And we had multiple trucks nearly flipping out on the racetrack. And another big one here, another yellow flag. Craig had Baznes Mazowitz involved. I believe Matthew Baker had just taken the lead when this caution flew. And what a wreck here with Asher Little. You see Bazines behind him. And we'll try to find out here what happens with Asher Little. And here comes Bazines. And an off. Ooh, yeah, they look to go. I think they were just both going to that third lane. Bazines just kind of gets out of sorts a little bit. Asher Little comes down to follow Tucker McClendon. Kind of turns himself. I don't think he knew if Bazines was there or not. And this is when the big wreck happens. Joey Allen then kind of tingles up with Little. And Little gets slammed in here by McCullough. And that's going to flip him upside down for a second. And what a ride there for Asher Little. And the 27 as well. They're wrecking out front as well. That's Sean Corbett you're going to see. So this is what was going on just in pretty much in an avoidance. As you see Melkar jump down to avoid this wreck. And unfortunate for these guys right here, they're not going to be able to avoid it. Because Bazinez is coming down, so Craighead turns down. Puts all three of those trucks together. And watch Corbett get airlifted off the ground here. And there goes Mazowicz. He's heavy on the brakes. And, man, he cannot catch a break tonight. Bazinez, flat spot in his tires. Oh, man, what a ride we're going to see here from Asher Little. Who was upside down and all around. This is going to be in real time here. For Asher Little. What a ride this was. We're also going to try to get a shot here of Sean Corbett's view. As he did an excellent job here to avoid the wreck, but Bazinez slid down, Craighead turned down, and Corbett, I mean, I guess all he could have done is go all the way to that wall, but a big ride for Corbett. He'll at least drive off. He's got a lot of damage here. There's Craighead. He's going to tow. Justin Melkar can't catch a break tonight as well. He's right up there with Mazowicz. He'll be getting some damage fixed. So we'll go back live here with 6 laps to go. Pacing still around Talladega with Talmadge, Forbes, Baker, Stretta and Eagles, and McCullough right now, your top 6. They're out here in the chat tonight rating the flips by both Little and Corbett. Heath Job going to give Corbett a 10 for that one, 20 for style. No doubt about that one, as the pace car lights will go off. It'll be 5 to go, 4 to go when we take the green. And on the front row will be, like I said, the 2 guys that started up there will be Talmadge and Forbes. Coming up Monday night will be the PGR Light Series playoff round number 2. It'll be the 7 championship drivers vying for the final 4 spots in 2 weeks. So the PGR Light Series will wrap up here in 2 Mondays from now and crown a Season 3 champion for a hiatus until after the PGR 500 in 2026. So a couple month break for the PGR Light Series, but plenty of action with the Sunday Scaries coming on Sunday nights. And as always, the Intimidator Superspeedway Series on Thursday nights, and a host of other races by McCullough Motorsports, Dega Pros, each and every night. And this is shaping up to be a good one right here. These 2 up front, they've got the talent, but can they hold off guys that have been doing this night in and night out? Baker's itching. He's gotten to victory lane once since he's been back. Chase Mistretta. He's been hot. Let's see if he can do it. Got Kenny McCullough Jr. You know he can get it done just about in any situation. As the pace car goes to pit lane for what could be the final time here tonight. As we are going to wind them up at least one more time here into the restart zone. Fans on their feet. And the green flag back in the air. 4 to go here at Talladega for the Stars and Stripes Shootout Series. Who is going to get the job done and get that second ever stripe? Forbes is going to lose a lot of track position here. Single file for 5 trucks deep right now. 6 trucks as Kenny McCullough makes it. And we are jockeying for position here. There goes Mistretta, Neagles, Baker. They got a big run. Hennings comes to the back bumper there of Talmadge. We will get 3 to go here at this line. Mistretta now down. They're going to control the lanes now. Mistretta and Eagles 2 by 2 here in the front. 3 to go here. Looking a little bit farther back. Here comes Corey Cheney. He's looking for this first ever Money Racing cash. Here comes Falkingham. Out of nowhere, he hasn't been a factor most of the night. But he's going to have guys that go with him. He finds a way to the front most every time. It's going to get 3 wide here soon. Baker's got a handful right now. Up in front, Forbes all the back bumper of the 5. We are wrecking out back. There goes McClendon. Another caution. That's going to put us into overtime. Tucker McClendon's going to slap the wall hard here. And the 0-0, not what he wanted to see. And we will settle this tonight in a 2-lap shootout in overtime. And all sorts of damage for the 0-0, which will most likely end his night tonight. Lots of right side damage for the Tennessee Volunteer machine. Yeah, looks like Craighead gets into Harper. Falkingham comes down the racetrack maybe to avoid it. Gets into Tucker. Tucker's then going to cut across the nose of the 11 of Cheney. And man, look at this hit for Tucker McClendon. Ooh, Ethan Eckert involved as well. Mazowicz again. He is a magnet here tonight. He cannot at all catch a break. Corbett in this one, but the heaviest of damages to Tucker McClendon. We'll look at this one more time. Looks like Falkingham. This will be a better angle at it. Not sure if Falkingham knew Tucker McClendon was there. These two get into it at the 33. He's going to almost, he's going to nearly lift the 30 of Harper up. I think Falkingham right here, he gets into the back bumper of the 33 and then chooses to come down, but Tucker's there. So rare mistake here out of Daniel Falkingham. That's going to most likely cost him a penalty here late in the race, and chaos ensues a little bit after that. Here comes Ethan Eckert and nowhere to go for him. Nonetheless, though, we will have, like I said, a NASCAR overtime to settle this one. Mistretta here in the front with Talmadge, Hennings, Neagles, and Baker. That's going to be your top 5. Excited to see the end of this one tonight. We had a great one last week. And an awesome last couple laps. We'll see if we can do it all over again here tonight, 1 week later. And don't forget, we'll be back here again Friday night next week for some more Stars and Stripes action. Devin Ray all over trying to cheer for Baker. He'll need some help here. Baker starting the 5th position here on this next restart. We'll go around one more time, and then it'll be the point of no return for all these drivers. The driver I'm looking at right now, Brian Hennings, has made his way into the top 3. He's got a shot here tonight to go to victory lane as well. Second in his league race last night. One way to go but up. That's going to be to the first place position. We'll see if Brian Hennings can get the big win here. We got a couple more drivers lurking. Kenny McCullough Jr., Dylan Jones, and Nathan Harper. Got Landon Velicky as well here in the top 10. So all these drivers capable of making a big run. We'll just see if that third lane decides to play a factor here in this green-white checker. Craig had asked Ellis out of the race. Well, we're going to decide this one here tonight. We hope you didn't go anywhere here, because we have a shootout on a Friday night for the race win. Mistretta will lead us to green in the number 8, the 16, Jarrett Talmadge to his outside. Hennings, Neagles, Baker, your top 5. Pace car heading to pit lane for the last time tonight. Will sparks fly here, or will we get to the checkered line unscathed? Into the restart zone. Green flag back in the air at Talladega. Mistretta, a big launch right here in front of Hennings. See what he decides to do into turn number 1. Talmadge, a big push here from the 6 at Eagles. That brings Kenny McCullough into this, as does Dylan Jones. Velicky too. Here he comes methodically, as he did a night ago. Eagles leaves Talmadge. He goes to the bottom in front of Mistretta. Buries Baker back 4 spots. Talmadge leads that middle lane with Kenny McCullough Jr. We'll see if anyone decides to go to that third lane. We're going to take the white flag this time by off turn number 4. Neagles up to the middle. Mistretta stays on the bottom. Trucks all over the place here in the tri-oval. White flag out. Final lap of the race. Right now, Neagles and Mistretta side by side. They're wrecking farther out back. We're going to stay up here with the lead pack. Asher Little into the wall. Hennings now working that bumper, and Mistretta, he's going to give him a great push down the backstretch. Baker's giving Hennings a shove as well. Here comes Forbes behind them. That bottom lane working now. Hennings gets Mistretta to go to the top. Mistretta thinks to come back to the bottom. Not sure why. He's going to turn himself. Hennings now. He's got clear distance ahead of him. Baker goes to the top. Hennings stays down. Not sure why. We got one going under the yellow. And completely and utterly Baker steals this one. And apologies, man. I wanted to get excited about Baker, and I'm watching this guy go underneath the yellow line. Matthew Baker wins it, steals it in a way. Brian Hennings just has to be gutted. What just happened coming to the start-finish line? I'm not sure if they know the rules here. But I have never seen that one so blatant before. But congrats to Matthew Baker. He'll be going to victory lane here. We'll stay with Baker here. And then we'll get you back to the replay of that finish. Gutted for Brian Hennings of Team PGR. I'm not sure what Chase was doing either. We had some... We'll have to just go back and kind of look at it. But Matthew Baker, what a paint scheme in the number 5 Coasting Thunder. As he gets his second victory back here since coming home from deployment. And he's going to waste no time celebrating here and burning them down for the faithful. And I am sure Race Control will be looking at all of this, and we'll see some changes to the payout positions tonight. Landon Velke probably going to be safe tonight to get into those positions. And we'll get you back to the replay momentarily. We'll get Baker his TV time here. As I am still mind blown how this all played out and didn't see a lot of that stuff coming. And we'll go all the way back to, Chase Mastretta actually here. Let's keep an eye on this. We'll go with Brian Hennings here. And we'll start watching this here coming into turn number 3. And Mastretta decides to go up the track right in between the turns here. He's going to go up in front of Neagles. That's what I want to keep an eye on. Hennings right here doing a great job. Yeah, here it is. So Mastretta's going up. He kind of stalls right there. And I think he gets this nudge from Cody. Yeah, and it kind of gets him out of shape. And then he gets another nudge. So, yeah, Mastretta did everything he could do. Cody gets Mastretta loose and sends Mastretta down into Hennings. Hennings does a great job to save it. So, honestly, I do not think Mastretta did anything wrong there. Cody pushing aggressively, as he should be, probably accidentally turned Mastretta. I'm not sure if we'll see a penalty to Cody Neagles or not, but this is what is wild. Watch the third car in the lane on the bottom, right behind Matthew Baker. This is Brian Hennings' race to win at this point. Baker's going for the win, as he should. He goes up in front of Neagles. And you would think Forbes is just going to come to the aid of Hennings here. Baker still might have won it anyways, but we don't even get to see it happen. Forbes just drops to the apron. A complete illegal move here. And at that point in time, Hennings has no way he's going to catch Matthew Baker there. And Forbes then just starts door banging with Hennings. That gets Haynes all out of sorts. And Hennings goes all the way up the track. I mean, unbelievable how this all played out. Baker might have gotten the win anyways, but it would have been nice to see the drag race between him and Hennings. I would assume Forbes will get a penalty. He'll probably be removed from the payout positions. That'll bring at least Landon Velke in, and we'll have to see what happens with Cody Neagles. Momentarily, we'll have Cody Neagles, Matthew Baker up here. We're just trying to wait word here from Race Control. And it looked like Forbes just never seen such a blatant pass below the yellow line there. Kind of held up Hennings, but we'll get the word here. We'll bring you guys up here in just a second.
He hooks him up the track.
We're here with Race
I mean, I know he's
John
getting pushed.
looking at everything at the moment.
Yep. I think
I'm assuming John Forbes will be EOL for under the
yes,
yellow.
he's gonna get EOL for going. Yes.
Okay.
Good, so I get
Passing under the
P4
yellow
then,
line.
right?
Yeah, Brian, you're gonna be good to go. All the spots are gonna stay. I think Landon's gonna move to 7th because John Forbes getting EOL.
Yep.
So, but if anything else, it's going to be a couple guys splitting their money. But yeah, Landon's going to move up to 7th and
Okay.
Forbes to EOL.
You got it. Well, you heard it there live
Nice.
with Race Control. We'll bring in Jarrett Talmadge. Not sure if he's in the chat here, so you know what? We'll just bring up your runner-up here tonight, Cody Eagles. You have a copy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. Well, I'm kind of speechless up here. I want to talk about your runner-up finish and Baker's big win, but man, I don't know if you saw the replay yet. I have never seen a driver so blatantly go below the yellow line that totally killed the run or any chance that Hennings had to drag race Baker to the line. But hey, at the end of the day, Cody, you finished P2. It was a little bit hectic of a race here tonight, but you guys spent a lot of time in the front of the field, and it looks like that team and that cohesion starting to come together.
Yeah, it is for sure. And I'm not going to have my actual rig put together for a couple weeks. Just got to straighten out some stuff in my personal life. But it's nice to be able to get back out here. I mean, I took a couple weeks off, and I honestly didn't even think I was going to be iRacing again. But here I am, fiancé-less, I guess you could say. But I'm back out here with the boys, and I'm going to get my life straightened back out, and I'm going to get the cohesion with the team straightened out. And, I mean, even the ones I haven't been, just seems like NBG's starting to kind of click together. Getting Baker back in the fold's huge. I mean, you get guys like Dan, Ethan, John Ellis Jr. I mean, there's just a lot of good guys on that team. I mean, Chase was helping us there at the end. Landon, there's just a lot of guys that know what they're doing, have experience out here, and it seems like, we can take time off from each other, but when we get back together at the end of the day, it's just good things on the track happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you mentioned personal stuff, and, obviously we all feel for you there on that level, but good to see you, like I said, back out here on the track. A good way to get away from the stresses of life and get back out here on the track where you definitely belong, the number 6. You can't have these money races in these communities and the big races without that 6 being on track, because it definitely wouldn't be the same. But a big P2 here tonight to get yourself back in that mindset. And before we let you go, anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Yeah, I want to thank everyone at NBG, and I named a bunch of people, but I know I left out Harper, so can't forget him in that as well. Want to thank you for broadcasting and John Ward for hosting the race. You guys do a big job, great, fantastic job. And, like you said, life kind of knocks you on your butt. You just got to get up and brush yourself off. And at the end of the day, thankfully, iRacing, I always have that to come back to and to talk to everyone when everything goes awry in my life. But I'll get everything straightened out. But I just want to shout out to everyone that, reached out and talked to me and everything, because it has been a difficult time for me. But y'all, you guys, it means a lot to me.
Well, we appreciate you racing as well here tonight, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you soon. Go celebrate that P2 here tonight.
Thank you, sir.
And that was Cody Neagles, your runner-up finisher here tonight. Now we'll bring the man on the top of the scoring pylon. It's the Coasting Thunder, number 5, Matthew Baker. You have a copy.
What's up, bud?
You tell me, man. I'll tell you what. I thought I was excited to watch a drag race there between you and the 74 of Hennings, but we had one step completely out of line, which is not something I've really ever seen. But hey, to the victor goes the spoils there. The number 5 back to victory lane, I believe the second time since deployment here, or since he got back. And man, how's it feel here to get the job done with a really good field here tonight?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Cody there did a great job. So did Chase. Unfortunate for him there in 3 and 4, but Chase cleared up because we knew the bottom was going to just keep rolling and rolling and rolling. We're trying to put it in our hands instead of Hennings. And when that happened, they got together, and I was able to get up in front of Cody. I was at about 287 there pushing Hennings, so I think I was probably going to blow up out of 4 if I didn't make that move. So glad I could get up there and Cody could push me line. And yeah, I just don't think Forbes knows the rules around here. Probably should have clarified before you get in a money race to go below the yellow line, but you know what? Even AKs make mistakes, so that's all good. And glad to get 1-2 with Cody. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun here tonight. Another new series to the stable. And tell us, before we let you go here tonight, a little bit about the Sunday Scaries coming to PGR. I know you've been working hard on that. And then just another league here and some more money racing. PGR delivering here of late. And honestly, some really good racing. The money racing community looks like it's really come back together and, heading in the right direction.
Yeah, so Sunday the 30th is when the season's going to kick off. $100 charter to get in, and it's going to be a ton of fun. Money Racing Weekly on Sundays, a couple different tracks than just our super speedways, Kansas and Michigan. It'd be a lot of fun. If you're a little guy, get out here, get your $100 charter in. We're not letting the pros in for the charter. They're going to race weekly for money racing payouts, but they're not going to be racing for the championship. We get 100. If we get 35 chartered drivers, you're looking at a $3,500 pot going home to the top 8 for the end of the season. So some really good payouts there, and some random finishing spots are going to get some money back if you are a chartered driver, just to try and kick back to the community that supports us so well. So really excited for the Sunday series, and if you're interested, get in there, get signed up, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Well, absolutely. Your biggest fan in the chat tonight had to be Devin Ray, sponsoring you into the race. I know he was a happy camper when you crossed the start-finish line first here tonight. But before we let you go, anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Yeah, just first, thanks to Devin for sponsoring me. He's sponsored me most of this week. It's been pretty fun to win us both some money, some cash. But yeah, just thanks to him for sponsoring me. It's a late birthday present for him. Coasting Thunder, MBJ Motorsports, Baker & Son Construction. Thanks to Cody, Chase there at the end. It really worked well together. Throughout the entire race, it was basically me and Cody trying to battle Talmadge and Forbes. They're two very, very good super speedway racers in the college iRacing series. So glad we could beat the two guys who have really dominated the college series on the super speedway side. And a lot of fun for sure with Cody, but thanks to the family watching back at home, you for broadcasting, John for putting on a new league, and that's all I got.
All right, man. We'll go celebrate in victory lane here tonight, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Matthew Baker, the winner tonight. You see the top of the pylon. That's going to be the man with the plan, Matthew Baker, P1. Cody Neagles, second tonight. Jarrett Talmadge finishes on the podium in third. And we're going to cycle everyone up. Don't forget, John Forbes, EOL for the yellow line. So we're going to cycle everyone up. It'll be Henningsen fourth, Kenny McCullough Jr. fifth, Josh McCullough in sixth. Landon Velicky will come into the last payout spot. The Nathan Harper, Jarrett Haynes, that'll round out 9, 10, 8, 9, and Dylan Jones will actually be 10th. 11th would be Sean Corbett, 12th, Stephen Miles, Adam Kilday in 13th, Terry Wilson, 14th, Justin Mellicar in 15th, Sean Parrish in 16th, Asher Little moves up to 17th here tonight, and it'll be in... Sorry about that. It's so confusing when you don't have the right, when someone gets UL. But anyways, Corey Cheney finishes in 18th. Joey Mazowitz finishes in 19th. And then we'll plug in number 20, and that'll be John Forbes Jr. with that EOL. So Chase Mastretta will finish in 21st tonight. Mark Rogers, 22nd. 23rd will be Joey Allen. Ethan Eckert finishes in 24th. 25th, Tucker McClendon. Daniel Falkingham finishes in 26th. Freddie Bazinas, 27th. And 28th will be Cameron Craighead. And 29th tonight will be Dylan Ast. John Ellis finishes in 30th. Justin Johnson did not make tonight's grid. So that's your finishing results here on a Friday night in another chapter here of the Stars and Stripes Shootout Series here on Friday night. Won by that man right there, the number 5 of Matthew Baker. We'll see you all soon Monday night, PGR Light Series. It's round 2 of the playoffs. We're your host, Michael Triscaro. We are signing off for the weekend. We hope to see you all soon and have a great weekend.